How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Octagon Kitchen. Thank you so much for everyone who supported the last video. I'm just trying to learn something new every week and make these videos a little bit better over time. Today we're going to be making a ratatouille. Not really a traditional ratatouille. I'm just going to make it the way I like it. Honestly, if a French person saw what I was doing, they'd probably be kind of tight. But, you know, cooking is about individuality, and I'm just going to make it the way I like to make it. It's loosely based off of that movie Ratatouille with the mouse that cooks. My least favorite part to film, but my favorite part to edit, the cutting montage.
Big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, riding around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke, but we ain't with all that. Made $1 million and I can't go back. Got a lot of jewelry on me, man, you can't hold that. 12 asking better, tell him that I ain't so crack. Know your money long when your people can't afford that. I'm ballin', yeah. My mama told me that did my calling. I keep that stick, I don't do no brawling. Open out the doors and let them all in here. Yeah, they all in here. Ooh, big dog. We come out the pound, so we big dog. Heavy patty, gonna break my wrist off. I'm young out of rocket, about to lift off. 3, 2, 1, I got big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, riding around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke, but we ain't with all that. Yeah, big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, riding around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke, but we ain't with all that. Fall in line, yeah. We got sticks like it's Columbine, yeah. Running up the dollar signs, yeah. Ain't no hiding from them hollow cans, yeah. Bring up like the Taliban, that's my paper, don't you bottom mine, yeah. Heavy patty on me, break my wrist off, yeah. Lift off.
Alright, now that we have everything mise en place, we're going to separate our vegetables from the sauce vegetables, the ones that are going to become our red tomato sauce, and the ratatouille vegetables, the squash, and the eggplant, the stuff that we're going to build the dish with. So as you can see here, I have all of the ratatouille vegetables, all of the sauce vegetables laid out on a baking sheet. I put the garlic under the peppers. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put these in the oven at 500 degrees. We're trying to char the skin on all of them to give our sauce more of a complex flavor. I'm just gonna dab this all in a little olive oil before I put it in the oven. But before I do that, I want to do something to the ratatouille vegetables. You can see I have them in a colander here over a bowl. I have everything but the tomatoes in here. What I'm gonna do is salt this pretty well, give it a good mix, and we're just gonna let the vegetables sit in the salt. What it's going to do is draw some moisture out of the vegetables, so while we're cooking them, they don't absorb too much oil. And they'll also brown and crisp in the top layer. Make sure salt, mix well. Extra pinch. I'm not gonna season this too much after. Alright, so we want to let that sit for a little bit, probably at least 20 minutes, which gives us plenty of time to roast our vegetables. So while the vegetables are in the oven, I am just preparing some basil. Try to roll it up nice and tight. Just gonna rip it in. I'm going to put in this olive oil for a top garnish, and then I'm going to have some extra fresh basil at the end. So after about 20, maybe 25 minutes, depending on your oven, you'll start to get some nice char in your vegetables, nice and dried up. And we're actually going to blend this to make our sauce. Now, any real chef is going to tell you to boil the tomatoes and take the skin off and blah blah blah, take the seeds and juice. I don't believe any of that. I work 40 hours a week. I have no time for that. It's all going in the blender. All of it. Now, I also have some of the BTB, the Better Than, on the side here. I might not use all of it. I kind of want like a chunkier sauce. And I also don't need too much sauce. It's gonna end up having some, extra, but I really just need enough sauce to cover the bottom of the pan that you're gonna throw into. Turns out the blender was actually broken, so thank you, Jeremy, for letting me use his blender. That sucks. Alright. I want to get some cool top-down shots. I can see some weird, fancy, above-level blender. Alright. There we go. I can smell that. Smells good, right?
It does.
Alright, so I'm just going to add a little bit more fluid, not that it needs it, and some tomato paste, along with salt, a little bit of black pepper. Doesn't need too much because we already got all of those great aromatics in there, and a little bit of baking soda just for the acidity. If you ever have someone who has a sensitive stomach and is kind of intolerant to the acidity in tomatoes, you just use a little bit of baking soda to lower that acidity, making it a little bit more tolerant. Almost forgot the herbs. We're going heavy on the herbs, I don't care. Say what you will. We grow them here. We want them all. That's just sage and oregano. And I'm leaving the basil for top. Take a quick look. Oh, that smells so good, dude. So after blending my sauce, I have a hot pan right here behind me. I'm going to pour some of the sauce into the pan just to get some of the excess moisture out and kind of reduce the sauce a little bit before I put my vegetables in. While it's cooking, I'm just going to go ahead and press down on the vegetables that have been kind of salted, just to push any excess moisture out of them and kind of like toss them around, you know what I mean? We want them really to be, let's try, you can actually kind of hear the water coming out of it, which is nuts. You expect it to just like fall apart. And the end result, you have this. This is just that nice eggplant squash water we can get rid of real quick. So I'm gonna pour the sauce and cook it down for a little bit, and then once it's heated up, we'll start to build the dish. So after your sauce is a little bit bubbly, you're really just trying to warm it up because the whole thing is going in the oven. That being said, I am using a oven-safe pan, metal all the way through, so you can take it right off of the top of the oven and stick it right inside the oven. Now be very careful in this step because the pan is hot. We're going to stack our vegetables around to make the ratatouille. So, montage part 2.
Lift off, I got big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah. Ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a poker, we ain't with all that. Yeah. Big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. Yeah. Pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah. Ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a poker, we ain't with all that. Yeah.
I'm just giving this a good layer of oil because I have the oven preheated to 450. And I'm going to put it back in there to roast the vegetables until this is done. This process can take probably up to like 25 or 30 minutes depending on your heat in the oven. So it's been about 25 minutes, but I actually have an appointment I have to go to that I forgot about. I just put it on broil so we can cook it a little faster. Alright, here is our boiling hot ratatouille. I'm just gonna finish it off with the fresh basil strips. Now, ratatouille is the ultimate side dish. Pretty much you could eat it with any white meat, is what most people in French cuisine would say. I'd eat this with pasta, I'd eat it with anything. The reason I chose ratatouille is because it's a really easy dish to make. Also, my grandmother hit me up the other day and asked me how I make my eggplant. So, bom dia, vovó. I just wanted to do something easy for her she can do at home. We would normally do a tasting set with Joelle and I, but I actually have another tattoo appointment that I'm kind of late for. This video took a really long time to make for no reason. So we're just going to cut that part out. I'm going to end here. Thanks again for tuning in. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think in the comments. If there's any recipes you'd like to see me make my own way, just hit me up. Thanks again. Just to be clear, ratatouille is supposed to be a vegetable eggplant stew, not crispy and soft. So, I'm sorry the French, my bad. I'm sorry.